Телевизията в 21 век продължава да вълнува, да информира и да забавлява. Отговорността на медията става все по-голяма. Тя трябва да предоставя качествено и професионално съдържание за всеки.
TV means a lot to many of us. I think it has this very special place for many people and in many households. You know, it's a medium that it's a mass reach medium, which it has broad appeal, and it, you know, has this ability to both shape but also reflect society. It's a medium that ultimately brings people together, your family and friends. It creates discussions and conversations with friends or colleagues, and you know, it has an impact on our culture and on our society. And I think more importantly, TV is famously a trusted and reliable medium which people turn to for news and information which is credible and that they can believe in, which I think is more important today than it ever has been.
По данни на Световната здравна организация, около 20% от населението на земното кълбо има частична или пълна загуба на слуха, а малко под 30% страдат от нарушения в зрението. Именно тази част от обществото е важно днес да получи равен достъп до медиите.
And when we talk about accessibility in media or in advertising, it means about removing as many barriers as possible between all consumers, and the media which they choose to engage with. And so that's what that looks like practically, is things like subtitles, captions, whether they be closed captions or open captions, sign language, of course, and audio description as well. And these are what we call access services, which allow content to become more accessible to people with disabilities, people with blind people, or people with vision loss, deaf, and people with hearing loss. And so it's really about ensuring that we include those people and that we actively try and remove the barriers between them and the content and the media which they wish to consume. Over the last decade or so, more and more TV programs, news coverage, and shows will feature things like audio description, sign language is coming on news, and more often than not, captions or subtitles, which I think a lot of us have become very accustomed to watching programs with subtitles. A recent study showed in the UK that people under the age of 25, or I think almost 3 out of 4 people under the age of 25 are now choosing to watch TV content with subtitles activated at least some of the time, or if not all of the time. And so I think that accessibility and access services is something that people are now expecting, and I think that TV has a huge opportunity here to tap into that and make sure that they're delivering on what people want and what people expect.
За да разширят обсега си, рекламите също предприемат действия, за да могат да стигат по-лесно до хората с увреждания.
Now for TV advertising, it's a little bit different, and there's still some way to go. Whilst content may have access services, it's not always the case for the advertising side. And so that means that certain viewers are still being excluded from advertising messaging, which means that they can't make the same kind of informed consumer decisions that everybody else can. And so that's what we're trying to change, is we're trying to make sure that the advertising side also includes these access services as well.